Alright, what's up, trolls and girls? I was watching a little bit of the Sunday night stream, and I saw a few things where I thought, yeah, I can go ahead and make a state of the stream on this. We're gonna watch 3 clips, and the first one is a tip from, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Alright, I just received a very generous tip. I just got a $50 tip from Lisa Lou. Thank you very much to Lisa Lou for a $50 tip, our first tip of the night. I appreciate that very much. Now, I have a question to ask. Should I play the $50 animation, or should I play the new $30 animation, which is a brand new animation just for Diablo? What do you guys think? You think you'd prefer the $30 animation to see the new one? New one? Because it is a Diablo animation. Alright, here we go. Let's see if it works. Yeah! But it's wrong. It says $30. It's $50. It was a $50 tip that came in. Now look at that animation. That's sweet. So if you want to see that again, it's a $30 tip. So it is Gutter Glass's time. Very nice.
Yes, it is very nice, Phil. But the clip started with a very generous $50 tip from Lisa Lou. And gee, I wonder who that could be. But there was also no message with the tip, and don't you find that kind of weird, Phil? A $50 tip with no message whatsoever? Apparently, I'm the only one who thinks that's kind of strange. He then goes on to say that's our first tip of the night, and, well, just remember those words. He then asks if they want to see the $50 tip animation or the brand new $30 one. It was a $50 tip, Phil. What's the point of having the $50 animation if you're not going to play it when somebody tips $50? So he plays the $30 one, and it was hot garbage, as usual. But then he says, quote, if you want to see that again, it's a $30 tip. Number one, you already fucking showed it to him. I'm not sure why they would pay to see it again. And number two, he's only talking to like 7 people, because those are the only ones that would tip $30 or more. But maybe I'm just an idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about. And there's more well tips coming soon.
Oh, let's see here. I'm being asked would I do a members-only tournament in Street Fighter 6. It's as I've told you guys. I'm down for doing all kinds of things in Street Fighter 6. People want World Tour mode, which I've only played once. I would do that. I would do nights where I do lobbies with members or just viewers. Why haven't I done it? I don't have time. You guys have me juggling 3 other games of Street Fighter 6, which I told you heading into this month I knew was going to be more than enough, and that it was going to basically hinder my ability to do more stuff. But everyone was like, you got to play Zelda. No, you can't skip Diablo. No, you must play Final Fantasy 16. So I'm giving you what you asked for, but because of that, now my time is very limited. So the way I see it is if I start beating some of these games, like if I beat Zelda within the next 1 to 2 weeks, now I have night streams freed up that I can do that kind of stuff. Right now, I have absolutely no time to do it. You know, maybe eventually when things free up, I just can't do it right now, okay? And by the way, I just received a $2.50 tip. For an anonymous tipper, what is a game genre you never got into? For me, it's fighting games and real-time strategy. What? I mean, sports. Almost never have I played sports. Racing. Almost never have I done any kind of a car sim or racing game. It's a rarity if I touch those. And, I mean, puzzle is very sparing. Then again, it's not like puzzle games are ginormous things anyway. Like, how often do you have a major puzzle game that everyone's talking about or plays, right? So that would probably be the 3 least played for me. But it's funny because some people only play sports, only do racing. That's their thing. And for me, it's like the complete opposite. I barely ever touch those.
Somebody asked him if he would do a members-only tournament for Street Fighter 6. Phil says that he's down to do a lot of things in Street Fighter, and that he hasn't done any of those things because he doesn't have the time. Quote, you guys have me juggling 3 other games besides Street Fighter, which I told you heading into this month I knew was going to be more than enough, unquote. He then says that his fans demanded that he play Zelda, Final Fantasy 16, and Diablo. He follows that up with, quote, so I'm giving you what you asked for, and because of that, my time is very limited, unquote. So in other words, he did nothing wrong, and it's everyone else's fault. Gee, Phil, that sounds kind of familiar. It's almost like you've been saying that for 15 years. But you make your own schedule. You can do anything that you want. And by the way, this fucking idiot has been playing Street Fighter for days, if not weeks at this point. You're telling me you couldn't take one of those streams and turn it into a members-only tournament? It's almost like you're lying again, Phil, and just don't want to have to put any effort into anything. Oh, what am I saying? The trolls are going to ruin it, of course. even though you can make a private lobby and invite whoever you want. But I don't blame you. If I was you, I'd be running from Jose and Goji Tanks too. The clip then continues with an anonymous $2.50 tip. And they ask, what's a genre of games that you never got into? For them, it's fighting games and real-time strategy. Now the tip isn't important, but just remember the amount and the type of question it was for later. But Phil says he never really got into sports games, and I don't blame you, Phil. When I think back to those UFC streams you did, where you couldn't even get out of the tutorial mode, because you kept getting your ass kicked, I wouldn't want to go back to any sports games either. Now let's look at the next clip.
We're actually very close to where the next story is going to be anyway, which is cool. So, all right, very nice. All right, guys, before we continue, I got to use the bathroom, all right? So if you can give me a minute, I'm just going to mute the mic, run next door, use the bathroom, come right back. Thanks for watching and enjoying here with me tonight. Just so you know, thank you for your support. It would be great if we can get some more likes. We're only at 46 likes on a stream here with almost 300 people. It would be great if we can get that up to the 100 likes like usual. That's a quick, easy way to help. That's free. But outside of that, anything else, any kind of support, a super chat, a membership, a gifted membership, a tip would be greatly appreciated. All right? I'll be right back. Ooh. Oh, I received a tip. Thank you. Let's see who this is. I received a $2.50 tip from an anonymous tipper. What are some games, in your opinion, are overhated? I think Fallout 3 gets too much hate. I wasn't aware Fallout 3 got hate. I thought a lot of people think that Fallout 3 overall is the best Fallout, although some people argue it's New Vegas. Man, I don't know. Again, I would have to think about that. I don't even know what games people really generally are hating these days, right? I don't know. Of recent memory, I'd probably say Callisto Protocol, a game that I very much enjoyed, but a lot of people shat on. I thought that it was a good game. So, there you go. Okay.
So the clip starts with the midstream begment, and him letting everyone know that he has to pee. Thanks for that information, Phil. But he starts asking for people to like the stream, because it only has 46 likes, and there's, quote, 300 people watching. 300 people in the stream, and he's gotten 2 tips up to that point. But he comes back from the restroom to an anonymous $2.50 tip, and the person asks, what are some games in your opinion that get overhated? And they think that Fallout 3 gets way too much hate. Now think back to the last tip, which just also randomly happened to be $2.50 exactly. From an anonymous person, by the way. And was also a question about different styles of video games. Now, it was obviously the same person with both tips. Person that was too much of a coward to put their name behind it. And that was the last tip that Phil got for the night. Meaning he streamed for damn near 2.5 hours. There was, quote, 300 people watching, and he got 3 tips from 2 people. Do you see why that other loser makes 100 accounts and tips under all these fake names? And do you see why Phil allows it to happen and pretends they're different people? Take away the $50 tip from that loser, and there was one person that tipped $4 tonight. And there's not even a guarantee that they were both different people. It could have been the same person doing all 3 tips. But I'm going to give Phil the benefit of the doubt and say it was 2 different people. But yeah, just another successful organic stream in which DSP totally isn't carried by the same handful of people over and over. Now this shocks me.